Okay, today I'm going to show you how to create the layout for the one bedroom house. So the first thing let's take a look at the assignment sheet here. And the layout now on page one, it needs to be an 11 by 17 layout. The floor plan needs to come over 1/4 inch equal a foot, and you need two elevation views that are 1/8 inch equal a foot. So these are both to scale on page one. And then we need the page two, which has some raster views and some inside renderings of your house. So let's go ahead and get started. Floor plan 1/4 inch equal a foot. So I already have this created on here, but let me delete this and just go through that again with you. You start here. I'm going to turn off my dimensions right now. To turn them off, if you say edit and delete objects, go into all rooms on this floor, and we want to delete the automatic dimensions. Say delete. So now they're off. You also have to turn your roof off. Your roof will normally be on here. To turn that off, you just click here, the default options, go down to roof, and you will need to turn the roof planes off by unchecking the display, and I already have, and the roof baselines, uncheck that. So now we're set up to put the dimensions on now and send this then to the layout. So to do that, you click the auto dimension tool here, and that puts your dimensions on. And now to send this floor plan to the layout, just like you did on your shed, you'll click send to layout. And it's just a warning coming up. It's going to send it to page one. And on this one, we want to do the entire planner view at a 1/4 inch equal a foot. And when you say OK, here it came in. And we are just going to, you can crop this up just a little bit here. Um, so it, so the box isn't quite so big. Just don't cut off. You can't resize it, but you can cut down that box a little bit. And oftentimes you can only move it in one direction. And you want to make sure to situate it so none of the dimensions are hanging outside of any of the border lines. Now we have that floor label there. If I just click on that, I could just bring that right up like that. All right, so that looks pretty good. It's 1/4 inch equal a foot. I might be able to move it over just a hair more. That was too much. I tried to move it with the arrow tools. So I'm just going to move it over a hair more, and we'll call that good. All right, now to create the elevation views, you need two elevation views at 1/8 inch equal a foot. So I'll go back to here. Now we're going to use a different camera for the elevation tools. And this camera right here is already taken. So that's of the front view. We'll redo that. Instead of using the regular camera tools here, go one to the left and use these, and you'll see one cross-section elevation. And you can just click and drag a little bit toward the direction of the front of your house. Don't go up too far. It'll put you standing that close to the house, and that's not very good. So click and drag just a little bit in the direction you want to look. And this is what the front of my house looks like. To send this to the layout, you use the same button, but we have to make a few changes. We're going to say the current screen, and we're going to say plot lines and make sure color fill is checked. We want to send it 1/8 inch equal a foot. And when you do that, it's going to send this view to the layout. And there we go. And then we can move this over and move it down. Now, this and this are the same view, but you might be wondering, well, this says elevation 3. How do I change front to front elevation? If you select this, right click and go into the open object, you'll see the label, and you can specify, and you can just call it front elevation. And that's how you change the label. So now you have your front elevation. And when you zoom in, if you did it right, this should be a line drawing, so it should stay nice and clean without getting pixelized, they call it, or getting blurry. All right, So that's the first page. Now let's go to page 2, and we need to add some pictures to here. Let's go back to our Word document. On page 2, we need raster views with and without the roof. Well, that should be easy. You should know how to do that by now. And to take a picture with the roof, this is with the roof, without the roof. So I'll go with the roof on this one since I already have the other one. And just turn your house at an angle that we can kind of see, you know, what it might look like. I wouldn't go from just one side or the other. I'd go kind of, oh, that's a pretty good view of the house. That gives us an overall pretty good look what it looks like. And just send this one. Now this one we can just say current screen. And you will notice these things are grayed out. We can't send it to scale because of it's a camera tool. We are going to send it to page 2. Just current screen is fine and say OK. So here it is on page 2. Now we can resize by clicking one of the corners. We can resize this picture to whatever size because we did not specify a scale like 1/4 inch equal a foot. And let's move that label up, and we know how to change the label. We can go in and label, specify, and maybe call this house with the roof. Okay, and say OK. There we go. And then you'll need one right down here without the roof. Now to generate these pictures, these are called renderings inside. And again, we'll go back to our plan view. And you can see I have a camera right here of already this inside. The way you do it is you go back to your camera tool and you use full camera. This was the one with the roof and without the roof. If you say full camera here, and you click where you want to stand and drag in the direction that you want to look. So there is the inside of my kitchen. You can zoom in or out. If you go too far, then you get outside the house. But we can zoom. If we go here, we can kind of see the couch. So that's a pretty nice view right there. And then you just say send current screen, and we'll leave the defaults on and just say OK. And that's going to be very similar. And again, you can resize. And that's going to be very similar to the one that I already had on here. And let's stagger this over a bit. And let's move the label up there a little bit. And again, to change the label, we might change this label to kitchen area. Okay. So you are supposed to put 2 to 3 of these pictures from inside your house and also a picture of the house with the roof and without the roof. Now, once you have this done, and don't forget to put your name and go back to page 0 to place your name on here using the text tool, which is this one. And then you'll just click down here, type your name in, rotate it, and slide it into place. Whatever you put on page 0 will appear on every page. So I put my name on page 0, and then it's on page 1 and page 2. All right. Now, you'll want to save this, and I've already saved it, so I'm just going to say save. And now this is saved as a layout, but now you're supposed to turn in a PDF of this. So to convert this to a PDF, you're going to go up here and say print. I know it sounds kind of weird. You could just use this print command. But when you click on the printer, if you have the default printer set up, and right now the default printer for this class is the 502 printer, it's this one. So let this change. I had it set up to do the PDF. Here's the default printer right here. So we want to change that to Adobe PDF. And now, make sure you have all sheets selected. Make sure this is tabloid and this is tabloid. Tabloid or 11 by 17, it's the same. Make sure you have all sheets selected, and make sure you say to scale. And then print in color on here as well. And then you just say print. And when you say print, it's not going to print anywhere. Well, it's actually going to print a copy of this layout to whatever location that you would like it. So in this case, I have it going to the 3D Architecture 2017 folder, and you can see I've already done that a couple of times. So when I do say save, it will save this as a PDF, and I'm going to put a number 3 behind this and say save, and then watch what happens. It's saving it, and then it will automatically open this up in an Adobe Viewer for you. So here's the Adobe Viewer. It's called Adobe Acrobat. And you could just close out of this, and that will be saved now as a PDF. So if I go out to the folder where I just uploaded it to, if I go out here to this folder right here, and you can see it right here. It looks like I'm having sync issues, but you can see it right here. Here is that PDF3. That's the symbol for a PDF. This is then what you will turn in along with your PowerPoint to get credit. So you have to turn in your PDF and the PowerPoint. Now the PowerPoint, you'll have to have this filled out, and just look at the prompts down here for what you're supposed to add. So on this one, you're supposed to add a picture of your sketch and list all the requirements, and you'll get that right from the Word document, which is right here. Here's all your requirements. On this page, it says I can create my house in Chief Architect. So go ahead and do a screenshot and bring that over. So go to Chief Architect, go to your plan view, and if you do a search for snipping tool, say new, and just create a snip of this, copy it, and go back to your PowerPoint, right click, and paste. And then I would also do a snip of your layout. So a picture of the first page right here and a picture of the second page right here. And then you'll need to answer these questions completely, and then save your PowerPoint. And according to this, according to the assignment, you are then supposed to turn in the PDF of the layout, the PDF that you saved, and the PowerPoint through the LMS, the Learning Management System. So good luck on that. I hope you get it all in. Hope it goes well.